Well, Sleepy 14 and I decided to team up while he was working on naval battles, and we're doing a Tier 8 setup here where we found ourselves in a Tier 7-8-9 match. Our side has 1 submarine, 1 destroyer, 4 cruisers, and 3 battleships. The other team has 1 submarine, 2 destroyers, 3 cruisers, and 3 battleships. We are the middle tier, although the other team also has a Tier 6. They have a fail div going on over there. Looks like the Farragut at Tier 6 teamed up with the Belfast from Tier 7. We'll see how that works out for him. I bet he didn't think he was going to be seeing Tier 9 ships. Anyway, I am over on the left side of the center of the map. Sleepy is on the starboard side, the right-hand side. We're going to split up so that we don't pile all of our guns onto one side. Although, in retrospect, I see the encounter is coming our way and kind of leaving Sleepy's side a little bit weaker. I kind of thought we'd split up into a 4-5 set. Nobody is going up to Bravo Cap. Well, hopefully we can roll over A quickly over the Alpha Cap so that we can help support the guys that are headed to Charlie. Otherwise, we kind of hung them out to dry. Sleepy and I are talking on Discord. You can't hear us, but he is telling me that a couple of the players on the other team are on his blacklist. He can't remember why. Sometimes it's because they got rather unpleasant in chat or had otherwise unsportsmanlike conduct. All right, they are already seeing the Farragut and the Belfast. Our Shiratsu needs to stay away from that Belfast, though. Belfast has smoke and radar, and if you're within his detection range where you can see him, then his radar can see you, and then he can smoke up and sit there and take out a destroyer real quickly. The Farragut, on the other hand, has poor detection and rather short-range torps. We're going to see him before he can actually use his torps. All right, there's the enemy salmon over there, their submarine, but I cannot reach him. Kind of a little ways out here. I was angling to get all the way around on the flank as far as I could, but we're not seeing anybody other than that salmon at this point. Their other DD has gone into Bravo Cap. There's one of their battleships, the Tier 9 Iowa, that matches up with the Jean Bar that is right next to me and behind me. All right, got a bit of an angle on the Iowa. Let's put out some shells. Somebody already clunked him a little bit, so maybe I can help out. Now we see the enemy's cruiser, the encounter out there. Got 2 pens, but also torpedo protection hits and ricochets that do no damage. Torpedo protection hits go into the
torpedoes, direct front.
In between the double hull design that's designed to absorb the impact of a torpedo without doing damage inside the ship. So when you hit them with your guns, it does nothing at all. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a shot over the island at the Iowa. I had kind of wanted to get a shot on the encounter, but He's staying clear. Yeah, another torpedo protection hit, a couple of ricochets. North Carolina has really good guns, but at range, with any kind of an angle, doesn't do a lot. Alright, so Chapayev already has 2 kills. He took out the submarine earlier, and now he's taking out the Kagero. Our submarine is taking quite a bit of damage. Our Zara is taking quite a bit of damage. Our Chapayev has survived, but he's taking quite a bit of damage, and so far the enemy team is concentrating on them and not bothering me, so I'm going to keep on moving up. Now the enemy has 2 caps, even though they have lost 2 ships. We don't want to leave it like this, so I just told the team, let's get after Bravo Cap. I said, let's get out of the A Cap, folks. Alright, I was taking a shot at me. Did minimal damage. I'm not going to be able to return fire effectively, so I'm not going to. They can't see me, and sometimes it's best just to use that. I need to turn where I can get going toward Bravo Cap, and I don't want to give away my broadside without getting something really good in return. Best just to stay dark sometimes.
All forces, capture that area.
Yeah, I think I said that already, Encounter. But glad you reminded me. I'm headed there.
All stations, requesting fire on the designated target.
Chapayev ended up getting beat up pretty bad, so he's going to stay back. And Belfast got our Shiratsu. Yeah, he just was too tough. That leaves Sleepy and our Alaska over there, 3-on-2 with the Bismarck over in there somewhere. Probably not the best situation for them, but I am moving up pretty quickly. Sleepy's telling the Alaska it's time to just to bug out. Alright, let's see if I can do some damage to that Bismarck. Oh, pretty good. Alright. 4 full pins and an overpin. Overpins don't do as much damage, but a full pin definitely cleaned house on him. Now my team is weighing in and might be able to finish him here. I'm shooting at his upper decks because he's angled. Maybe I can take out a gun. There, alright. JB finished the job on him. Fortunately, Yumahari did not get an angle on me. Got a couple fires on me that now I can take the time to heal up, get my repair party going. Now they're going to be able to see me in just a bit, right there. Okay, if he shoots at me, his guns are not aimed at me though, fortunately. If he had, I was pretty clean broadside for him. Got 1 pin on him, I didn't get all my guns in time. Snapshot. Alright, well, let's do something with Riga instead. Now, here's that Yumahari coming back. Umahari is a battle cruiser. That means a little lightweight on armor. And this ought to do the job on him. Oh yeah. With a citadel. Alright. Even if he'd been a full battleship, I think that was going to clean him up. He was pretty low on health. He's not happy. Telling us to take our meds. Notice how quickly I go dark. I'm not detected after I fire. That's this good North Carolina concealment. I can get shots away and then I don't have a long wait and then I'm dark again.
Spotter returning to ship.
Well, I was dark again just because I was behind islands. Oh, I lost the Alaska. Okay, now Sleepy has that Farragut popping away at him. He's got the Riga. Belfast is back there. Probably Iowa's working on him too, so I'm coming up though. We're giving him some support finally. I don't know why the Farragut's still shooting. He's not really playing it real smart. He thinks he can dodge Massachusetts. It just doesn't happen. Massachusetts secondaries are just too good. Massachusetts and North Carolina are built on the same hull. Both of us, there, Sleepy got him. We're both built on the South Dakota class battleships. I think my main guns are a little bit better than his as far as dispersion goes, accuracy at range. Up close though, his are better, and his secondaries are definitely better. I have a little bit better anti-submarine capabilities. I get 10K, he only gets 5. But otherwise, Massachusetts tends to be the preferred ship. Oh, good, okay. Finish the job on Iowa. I'm kind of cleaning up after other people, but we're getting it done. They're down to 3 ships. We've only lost 2. JB gave me a well done. I'm going to give them all a well done back.
Nice work.
That was a good team effort. All I did was play cleanup. Okay, their 3 cruisers are not going to stand very well against 3 battleships and 2 cruisers. I won't count our submarine in there. He's so low on HP. Won't take but 1 depth charge or a shell hitting him and he's out. Alright, I had my spotter plane up. But it's not doing anything useful for me. Here we go. Belfast, you turned just right. Oh yeah. Hey, and we're generally offensive. Cool. Okay. Run in another heel. I still have plenty left. They weren't really shooting at me too much. Stay in dark most of the time. Found good islands to help cover up. Stayed out of range of the cruisers. Didn't catch any harassment from the submarine or the destroyers, so easy game from my side. Yeah, there went our submarine. We hadn't seen that encounter since way early in the game. Oh, okay. Hey, Sleepy got us brothers in arms. He killed the encounter. I got a Citadel on him and now a Citadel on the Riga, and time is just about up. We have about 20-25 seconds left in this game. Don't know if we're going to be able to get the Riga in time or not. He turned out. I anticipated him turning out, but I needed to fire even further over. All right, that finished it. All right, good game though. Kind of a steamroll on our side. Okay, so I ended up with 92,000 in damage with 4 Citadel hits, 39 target hits, of which 29 of them did damage and 10 of them did no damage whatsoever. Helped get a capture, got the 3 kills. We got the general offensive by destroying 3 ships of different types. So between the destroyer that Sleepy killed, the cruiser, and the battleships that I killed, that is what got us the general offensive. Then we were brothers in arms because we destroyed a total of 2 ships in the battle. Well, we got 5, so we actually got over half of the enemy team since there were only 9 on each side. So I think we did our job. And we ended up in 1st and 3rd. Chapayev got 2nd place, so I've got 1st place with 1,802 base XP. Sleepy got 1,512 base XP. We had just finished his naval battles. This would have got him another star if we were still running them, but this was the last battle of the night. Turned out to be a good one, though. And as expected, I did not get a lot of potential damage, under 500,000. So a million is not uncommon at all for a battleship. A couple million is very reasonable. Only 500,000 says that I was staying well out of the active firing range. I did pull in 233,000 in credits, 2,533 in free XP, and 6,097 in regular XP, which I don't really need that because I've already moved up and picked up Iowa and Montana, but free XP is always helpful. And then 469 Elite Commander XP and 9,369 to help out this commander, which I definitely need the help. Let's take a look and see what I have for my captain build. Alright, so North Carolina. She's sitting here in this beautiful silver camo that I picked up from rank battles over the past couple of seasons. Gorgeous stuff. However, does nothing but makes her look pretty. So North Carolina has these fearsome guns on her with 2 turrets up forward with 3 guns each, and 1 turret back aft with 3 barrels. She has the beautiful USN lines to her. I really like the South Dakota class lines where you've got the wide beam in here swooping into a pretty narrow bow and then swooping back out. That is what helps to ricochet the enemy shots unless they get a good angle on us. However, if they do get a clean shot at our broadside, they do fearsome damage to us because the North Carolina definitely takes Citadel hits and can be even one shot under certain circumstances. I've done it to North Carolinas on the enemy team before, but the Iowa class, which includes the Iowa, the New Jersey, which we don't have in this game yet, the Wisconsin, and the Missouri, all have this similar shape to the bow little bit longer bow and a sharper long shape to it, but still a beautiful ship here. Okay, so my captain is only an 11 pointer because I moved up the captain that I'd been building up when I picked up Iowa and then later on Montana. I had to move that captain up where he could be effective at the higher tiers. So Maurice here has been slowly working along though, and he's sitting here now as a Commodore, also known in current Navy as a Rear Admiral of the lower half. I like the name Commodore better, sounds more cool. Rear Admiral of the lower half. That just doesn't sound right. Anyway, all that aside, I am running gun feeders so that I can switch shell types according to my target and whether I'm trying to light fires or do maximum damage. I run grease the gears so that I can keep the guns on target because I do have a fast rudder shift on this North Carolina. So sometimes when I'm shucking and jiving, I need this grease the gears or else my guns aren't staying on target. I have adrenaline rush so that when I do take damage, then it gives me a little faster firing rate, and that helps quite a bit. And I have emergency repair expert so that I get extra heal when I need it, and that can be a real benefit sometimes. Plus I get a little extra time on my heal and on my repair when I have lit on fire and I need to put them out. Alright, so as far as my equipment goes, I run the standard build for most of the battleships, except one thing that I change up here. So I have main armaments mod 1 that helps keep the guns from getting knocked out, and then damage control systems mod 1 to help cut down the risk of catching fire, and then artillery plotting room is giving me the extra range that I need for the main guns. My only other choices really of any note would have been secondaries, or maybe if I wanted to have a faster traverse speed, but I use that gun feeder on my captain skills, so I'd rather have that range. And so then I am running rudder shift here, steering gears mod 1. A lot of battleships would have run damage control systems mod 1, but I choose the steering gears because you get these battleships, especially the American battleships, seems like we get in among islands and then we get stuck. And it definitely helps me when I have torpedoes coming at me, or if I have incoming fire. Sometimes I can steer right into the fire and mitigate the damage. And so I really like having that. An option for that, though, would have been the propulsion mod 1 that allows me to throttle juke. However, it doesn't help me when I get around those islands, and so I find that this is a much more useful modification for the USN battleships. I probably wouldn't use that one on my German battleships. Maybe the French ones I would, but the German ones I tend to stick with the damage control systems because they light on fire so darn easy. The other thing that I generally use on all my battleships is concealment systems mod 1 that gives me that low concealment that makes me being able to position nicely without anybody knowing exactly where I am. And the option here probably would have been the torpedo lookout system, but I have not found that being all that useful. I don't think it's as effective as they might see. And then the consumables modification, that just gives me a little bit extra action on my spotter plane. And for 2 million credits, that's just not worth it. I'd rather be able to hide and make good use of my concealment. Now the guns on North Carolina, and I believe they're the same ones that Sleepy had on the Massachusetts, are the 406s, 406 millimeter, and they have a reload time of 30 seconds. Sorry, 30 seconds. And when I have that adrenaline rush activated, that can be reduced down to around 25 or so. And then I have a maximum range of 27 kilometers without the spotter plane up. And so that's where this setting here for artillery plotting room makes a big difference. Otherwise, I am sitting back too far. When I get into battles with those Tier 9 and Tier 10 ships, I'm just not as effective. All right, so we are in the Philippines, and I just got back from there. My wife and I took a vacation over to Asia and spent a little time there. It did not look as nice as this does here. The Philippines in the 1940s must have been a lovely place to visit, but it has a whole different attraction now. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. I am recording this in the middle of the afternoon, so I wish all of you a great day. So see you maybe this evening in battle.